Welcome to another shooting science video. On today's video, we are going to be installing a SLR Rifleworks metal magazine extension on a Glock G29 magazine. While some of the parts in this video are exclusive to Glock and only for Glocks, and one part is actually only for 10mm, you can follow most of these steps for almost any magazine using an SLR Rifleworks magazine extension. So let's get into it. Let me show you what you need. Okay, first get your magazine that you're going to be installing this magazine extension on. Next we have the SLR Rifleworks magazine extension itself. Since I have a 10mm, I included the SLR 10mm follower. Next you're going to need a 2mm Allen wrench, hex key, Allen wrench, whatever you want to call it. To remove the base plate, you will need a punch at bare minimum. I also have an optional Glock Magazine takedown tool. I'll show you both. And then because I am adding 3 rounds to a 10-round magazine, I am going to add an optional Wolf plus 10% magazine spring. Now that we have what we need, let's go ahead and do the installation process. So the first thing you want to do is remove the base plate. If you don't have a magazine tool like this one, you can go ahead and get a punch. And you can stick it in here. You can stick it in here and then yank towards you. All right, I've already kind of did that already, but all right, I'm going to use the magazine takedown tool. So I'm going to first depress that all the way. There we go. You want to crank it like that. And that removes the magazine base plate. Now, when you take this off, you want to put your thumb here so that the piece of plastic that's attached to the spring inside doesn't go shooting outwards. All right, I'm going to slowly let that out. Okay, so this is the factory Glock 10mm G29 spring. It's also for the G30, it's the same. And the factory follower. What I have here is a Wolf plus 10% spring. Since I'm extending the magazine, I wanted a slightly more powerful spring. This is optional, but it's a good thing to do. It increases reliability. So I'm going to go ahead and install. You got to make sure it's on the correct way. So you want to make sure that the angle of the spring matches the angle slant of that. You want all the angles to line up. You don't need to reuse this because there's a tab right here and the bottom of the SLR magazine base plate is flat, so you don't need that. You can just put the spring directly in here. Okay, put the follower on here. Now the follower is going to be a little tricky because it's got this is a little bit narrower than this, so you literally have to clip it in. Now, your SLR kit may not come with a follower. If it doesn't, don't worry, just use the stock one out of the stock magazine. Mine came with a follower because for 10mm they make special Delrin followers. And if you compare that to the OEM Glock follower, this is textured and this is super shiny and slick, and that is supposed to help the bullets feed a little easier. So that's why they include their follower with their kit. Now, since they sell the same magazine extension for both the 45 ACP G30 and the 10mm G29, you do have to manually select GL20 follower if you're using this for a G29. On their website, it looks like this. There it goes. So now it's clipped on. It's in the right direction. Okay, so it goes in here. Now, we can take this screw out of the back of the magazine extension before we install the Glock magazine onto there. Before we put our spring in there, you want to put it in here. So You want to make sure that the follower is in the right place and it's not caught on anything. All right, next, you're going to want to compress it a certain way so that it's easier for you to get on. So on the back side of the magazine, where the bullet hole indicators are, you want to put your thumb and compress it from this side, not from this side, because your thumb is going to be in the way, because we need to slide this on upside down this way, right? So let's go ahead and compress that like this. All right, this looks like that's what it looked like when I got it halfway on. All right, I'm gonna do it again. I was trying to get it for the camera to show you the angle at which you need to do this. Hopefully you guys get it by now. So now I'm just gonna do it. And there you have it. All right, and then to keep this from backing off, you want to put the little screw back on. We'll screw that back in there with the little washer that's included. Don't want to over tighten it, but yeah, you want that tight. If it starts backing out on you, you can always add a little Loctite. That's it. Yeah. Cool. Let's see what it looks like in the pistol. Looks pretty sweet. Definitely gives you a whole bunch of grip down there. I wear 2XL gloves. I've got long fingers and I have plenty of room. All right, I'll spin this thing around so you can see what it looks like from a few different angles. I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like and a subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.